Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. An Israeli airstrike on a UN school packed with hundreds of displaced Palestinians in central Gaza has reportedly killed at least 35 people. Local journalists said that a warplane fired 2 missiles at classrooms on the top floor of the school in the urban Nuzirat refugee camp. Videos showed the destruction and a number of bodies. Israel's military said it had conducted a precise strike on a Hamas compound in the school and killed many of the 20 to 30 fighters it believed were inside. Gaza's Hamas-run government media office denied the claim and accused Israel of carrying out a horrific massacre. Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned that Moscow could arm countries with a view to attacking Western targets. Mr. Putin made the statement while criticizing the West's delivery of long-range weapons to Ukraine. Several countries, including the United States, have given Ukraine the green light to strike targets inside Russia. Such action could lead to very serious problems, Mr. Putin told foreign reporters. 3 weeks after Robert Fico was gunned down in central Slovakia, he's made a return to political life on the eve of the European elections.
Je na čase, aby som urobil prvý krok, a tým je odpustenie.
In a Facebook video apparently recorded at home in Bratislava, the Slovak Prime Minister laid the blame for the attack on Slovakia's liberal opposition, the anti-government media and foreign-funded NGOs for creating a climate of hatred. Mr. Fico, who was critically injured after being shot multiple times, said he forgave his attacker and bore no hatred towards him. However, he said the man was a messenger of the evil and political hatred whipped up by Slovakia's unsuccessful and frustrated opposition. Nvidia's market value has surged past $3 trillion, lifting the chip giant ahead of Apple to become the second most valuable publicly listed company in the world. The firm's share price rose more than 5% on Wednesday to more than $1,224. It extended a breathtakingly rapid climb that started last year, powered by bets that the US firm is positioned to be a major winner from a wave of investment in artificial intelligence. Its market value now sits just behind Microsoft, another key player in the industry, thanks to its investments in ChatGPT maker OpenAI. The American Boeing company has launched its Starliner capsule towards the International Space Station with 2 NASA astronauts on board.
1, ignition.
It's the first time the vehicle has been entrusted to carry people after coming through a long and tortuous development program. The capsule went up the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida, riding a United Launch Alliance Atlas rocket. Events have taken place in France and the UK to mark the 80th anniversary of the Allied invasion of France. Earlier, King Charles talked of the supreme test of D-Day and the generation that did not flinch when the moment came to face that test. Joe Biden was present here in Normandy, as was French President Emmanuel Macron and Rishi Sunak. 5 years ago, 225 British veterans travelled to Normandy for commemorations. This year, there were just 23. On the 6th of June 1944, tens of thousands of soldiers landed on 5 beaches in Normandy in northern France. The landings were the start of the campaign to liberate Nazi-occupied northwestern Europe.
The fact that they were heroes here that day does not absolve us from what we have to do today. Democracy is never guaranteed. Every generation must preserve it, defend it, and fight for it. Let us be the generation that when history is written about our time, in 10, 20, 30, 50, 80 years from now, it'll be said, when the moment came, we met the moment.
And a controversy over a waterfall has cascaded into a social media storm in China, even prompting an explanation from the water body itself. A hiker posted a video that showed the flow of water from Yuntai Mountain Waterfall, billed as China's tallest uninterrupted waterfall, was coming from a pipe built high into the rock face. The clip has been liked more than 70,000 times since it was first posted. Operators of the Yuntai Tourism Park said they had made the small enhancement during the dry season, so visitors would feel that their trip had been worthwhile. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.